Are electric scooters any good at climbing hills? Well, some are and some aren't, and you can't really tell by looking at the spec sheets. But when you're picking an electric scooter, you need to know, will it climb every hill that you need to climb? Because if there's just one hill per day your scooter won't climb, you've got the wrong electric scooter. And it's not just inconvenient, it's bad for your scooter. We've hill climb tested 159 electric scooters over the last 4 years. And for this challenge, we're gonna take the 12 affordable scooters that climb hills best and test them even harder to find out which are the best hill climbers if you're a medium-sized guy and which are the best if you're a big guy. We'll test each scooter with two different weight riders, 165 pounds and 235 pounds, to find out how much longer it takes the heavier rider to get to the top of the hill, or if the scooter will make it at all. And we'll find out what happens when we exceed the weight limit on one of the scooters. We'll cover 4 categories: best lightweight hill climbers, best hill climbers under $600, best scooters under $1,000, and best scooters under $2,000. We'll start out by testing 4 lightweight scooters on our 10% grade test hill. A 10% grade hill like this one is about the steepest you're going to encounter on a normal ride. First up is New's KQi Air X. We love lightweight scooters because they're the easiest to put in the trunk or carry upstairs. And I think what New was going for here was a lightweight scooter with the performance of a Ninebot Max G2. It doesn't have quite the range of a Ninebot Max G2, but it will beat one up this hill, and it weighs half as much. Okay, here we go. Let's compare the hill climb times of a 165-pound rider, that's me, on the KQi Air X versus Ray Mirror on the right side of your screen at 235 pounds. Go! All right. The KQi Air X is the lightest scooter on our list at just 25.8 pounds. And it's not cheap, but just look at all this carbon fiber.
Not the quickest. It's not the quickest, but I feel like it's pulling me up with ease. Like it's not, as you can see, I'm not flying up here, but I don't feel like it's struggling to get me up. I just feel like it's just a slower scooter. Uphill.
The KQi Air X made it up the hill in 13.4 seconds with me on it, and 21.6 for Ray Mirror. This is the best choice if you want the absolute lightest weight scooter that's good at climbing hills. Next up is the lightest dual motor electric scooter we've ever tested, the Unagi Voyager, at just 30 pounds. Go! All right, a little Unagi trivia. Most Unagi riders actually don't own their scooters. They rent them for $79 a month. And you can get your first month free by using code RIDERGUIDE, and it helps support our channel too. I made it up the hill in 13 seconds and Ray Mirror took 21.4. The Unagi Voyager is a great hill climber if you never want to deal with the repairs because it's got flat-proof tires, and the maintenance and tune-ups, that's just all part of the rental deal with Unagi. Next up is the U-Scooters GT Sport, the fastest ultra lightweight with a top speed of 30 miles per hour. Go! So this is a single motor scooter, but it's a surprisingly good hill climber at just 29.6 pounds.
Oh, this one feels way better.
The U-Scooters GT Sport climbed the hill in 12.7 seconds with me on it and 19.3 for Ray Mirror. This is the best hill climber if you need the absolute highest top speed at the lightest weight. Next up is the Apollo Go, the lightest dual motor full suspension scooter we've ever tested. Go! This is Apollo's entry-level dual motor electric scooter, and we think it rides like a lighter, smaller Apollo Pro.
That initially gave me, but yeah, I'm taking this like a breeze. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
The Apollo Go got me to the top of the hill in 11 seconds, and it got Ray Mirror there in just 14.5, so which is not that different. The Apollo Go is the best hill climber if you want dual motors, full suspension, and relatively lightweight. So in the lightweight category, we've got the Air X, we've got the Unagi, the U-Scooters GT Sport, and the Apollo Go. And big dogs and lightweight scooters don't always go together. What's your pick?
For me, I'm gonna go with the Apollo Go. All the other scooters in the category are great, easy buys, but that one, the build quality, how it feels up the hill, the supreme confidence you feel when you get on the Apollo Go. Like, I feel like it's not gonna break. I feel like it's gonna take me up the hills. I feel like I can jump off a curb with it. So I think that's the one.
And it's so smooth. I literally had to double check the tire pressure. I thought it had flat tires because it was so smooth, and I checked them and they were spot on. So yeah. It's just smooth.
Yeah, I think it's best bang for buck.
Let's check out the best hill climbers under $600. At $299, the Highboy S2 is the least expensive of our hill climbers, but we've never tested how it climbs with a heavier rider. Go! The Highboy S2 has flat-proof honeycomb tires and it has rear suspension, but the ride quality still lets you know you're riding a less expensive scooter.
I'm trying. Okay, and that's it.
It should come as no surprise that the least expensive scooter we're testing today is also the slowest hill climber. The Highboy S2 took 19.8 seconds to bring me to the top and failed to climb the hill with Rainier on board. We still think this is a decent budget hill climber, but probably best for those who are under 200 pounds. Up next is the Okai Neon, and this might be the best scooter you've never heard of. Go! Okai has manufactured scooters for almost all of the big rental companies, and so they're experts at making scooters that are reliable, comfortable, and easy to ride.
But it's gonna do it. The car coming. Come on, car, keep going. Keep going. All right, so it made it up the hill.
The Okai Neon carried me to the top in 15.3 seconds and took 29.6 seconds for Rainier, which is not bad considering we exceeded the official weight limit of the scooter of 220 pounds. Stepping up to the Okai Neon from the Highboy S2, you get better hill climbing, a smoother ride, and just nicer build quality for about 150 bucks more. Next up is the Hover One Journey Max. At $599, it's the least expensive dual motor scooter we've ever tested. At this price, nothing comes close to this level of hill climbing power. Go! This one makes me laugh every time I ride it because I just can't believe you can get this much power for $600. The Hover One Journey Max carried me to the top in 11.1 seconds and took 14.4 for Rainier, which is the smallest difference between our times on any of the scooters so far. This is definitely a no-frills scooter, but the hill climbing value is undeniable. All right, best hill climbers for under $1,000 are up next, but first let's sum up what we think about these sub $600 scooters. What do you think? What's the big dog pick?
Of course, I'm not gonna go with the Highboy. I didn't make it up the hill. The Okai is fine. It does it, but it's real slow. But this one right here surprised me. The Journey Max is amazing. I felt the power as soon as I got on there, and it just complete breeze up the hill. When you look at it, and when I first, you judge it, you prejudge like, oh, it's not gonna do it. Yeah, it's like, oh, it's one of those clone scooters that's not gonna make it. But then as soon as I hit the acceleration, man, I was wrong. So this is my true don't judge a book by its cover scooter. Yeah. I love it. Like if I have to pay something out of pocket, I tell people like, the affordable scooters are great. But if you get one that does the job, if it can go up hills, if it can, the acceleration is nice, I think this one is it. The hill climbing beast, I love it. I might just lay down with it right now.
And for me, it's Okai Neon for ride quality and definitely Journey Max for hill climbing power, no doubt. All right, let's check out the 3 best hill climbers for under $1,000. The VX2 Pro GT is a standout hill climber for its price, but also for its weight, beating the hill climb times of several scooters that weigh 10 pounds more. Go! Oh, man. I just can't get over how fast this is uphill for a single motor scooter. Just watch out for power wheelies if you put it into beast mode.
Just pull me up. Simple, no hassle. I'm enjoying it.
The VX2 climbed the hill in 11.4 seconds with me on it and 14.7 with Rainier. Aside from being an excellent hill climber, this scooter also has very long range, covering almost 30 miles on the ESG range test course. So if you want long range and great hill climbing for less than $1,000, the VX2 is a good choice. The eMove Touring is a longtime favorite single motor electric scooter for heavier riders that's got lightweight, high top speed, and excellent hill climbing. This design is on the older side, but look at it go up this hill. And it has the advantage that it's just 8 inches wide when folded. The eMove Touring climbed the hill for me in 11.9 and 20.9 for Rainier. For its price of $799, the eMove Touring's got a great combination of speed, range, and portability. The GX1 is GoTrax's first dual motor electric scooter that sometimes can be found on sale for less than $1,000. Its hill climbing ability is so extraordinary that the first time I tried to graph it, I couldn't find the data because it was off the chart. Go! Oh, man, amazing hill climbing for $1,000. Plus, I love the ride quality both on and off-road from these great tubeless tires.
This is obvious.
The GX1 climbed the hill in 9.2 seconds for me and 12.1 seconds for Rainier, which is less than a 3-second difference. So this is the best choice for hill climbing and off-road capability for less than $1,000, especially if you're a big guy. Best hill climbers under $2,000 is up next, but before we get there, Rainier, what's your pick for the best hill climber under $1,000?
I'm gonna have to go with the GoTrex. Paul, I think you said it best. If you're trying to get up the hill and you wanna go with great speed, and if you're a big dog, I would go with this one, 100%. GoTrex always amazes.
Yeah, the VX2 was strong, but the GoTrex had the smallest difference between my time and your time, so I agree with you there.
Yeah, for sure. And like, you know, and you're right also, the VX2 is pretty strong. Yeah. I'm not getting up the hill the fastest, but it's not hard getting up the hill. Like it's gonna, like, oh, I'm gonna get up there eventually, and it's just, you know, that's cool.
And I wasn't kidding about the power wheels. I had it in the wrong mode the first time I tested it. I was like, oh, this is pretty good. And I was like, oh, I'm not even in sport mode. I put it in sport mode, and it nearly looped it. It actually came out from underneath me. So definitely lean forward when you put it into sport mode and beast mode. All right, now let's check out the 3 best hill climbers under $2,000. First up is Solar's P1 3.0. For $1,299, it delivers extreme performance relative to its price with a top speed of 41.4 miles per hour. There's a fun factor to this scooter that's hard to describe, and that's true whether you're riding with a seat or standing up.
All right, oh, well, this is pretty good. Wow, I need to stop.
The P1 3.0 climbed the hill in 8 seconds flat for me and 9.7 seconds for Ray Muir. So if you want great hill climbing and the lowest price scooter that's gonna go more than 40 miles per hour, this could be your scooter. Next up, the Cabo Mantis V2 Fluid Edition. Don't confuse this one for the Mantis King GT. The Mantis V2 is designed to give you full-on Mantis performance at the minimum price. The Mantis V2 did it even faster, climbing the hill in just 7.7 seconds for me and 9.0 seconds for Ray Muir. With hydraulic disc brakes, 2,000 watts of power from sine wave motor controllers, this is your lowest priced legit modern sports scooter. Next up is the Solar P1 Pro, and this looks like a bigger, faster Solar P1 3.0. With a top speed of 50 miles per hour, this is the fastest scooter we've ever tested for less than $2,000. This one may not look the most modern, but it's got all the modern stuff. Sine wave controllers, tubeless tires, and hydraulic shocks. The P1 Pro climbed the hill in 7.4 seconds for me and 8.5 for Ray Muir, the fastest yet. So this is the way to go if you want beast scooter top speed and climbing power at the lowest price. Let's wrap up the sub $2,000 class. Ray Muir, what's your pick for best under 2K for big dog?
I'm kind of torn, Paul.
Yeah?
So for me, this is the best hill climber. It's the fastest, it's the strongest. But for me, this goes fast enough up the hill and it's smaller. I would choose the Mantis.
And all of a sudden in this class, the differences we're seeing, we're down into like, you know, a second and a half difference between my times and Ray Muir's times. So we're kind of seeing like these scooters are really like more appropriate for larger riders and kind of any conditions you can hit.
It's always a positive. If I can get something similar to what you get, it's a good buy.
All right, we've covered a ton of scooters in this video, so if you haven't picked a favorite yet, watch this video again. No, I'm just kidding. Click the links down in this video's description. We've got links to the latest prices and coupon codes down there as well. And truth be told, clicking the links helps support our channel and all the work it takes to make videos like this. And this was the most labor-intensive video we have ever made. And stay tuned, because we're working on a follow-up with the world's fastest hill climbers, and we'll link that video right here when it's done. This has been Paul and Ray Muir from ESG. Ride safe, and don't forget to wear a helmet.